Grant, how are you doing? Okay, mic switching mic. Okay, mic switch. So now you can hear me. I see people on YouTube right now. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Periscope. Periscope is quiet. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. I appreciate it. Very valuable to have you watch me on YouTube. Thank you for being here, guys. So, hello, Great Gold. Great Gold is in a couple of places here. Hold on, let me switch devices here so I can safely watch. Hello, Starlight. Hello, Donzo and Termeyer, Twist Mint. There we go. Okay, so quiet on YouTube. I mean on Periscope, huh? Okay, so it looks like everyone abandoned me on Periscope, so which is okay. It doesn't really matter, but we'll bring him back with a little bit of squash. Okay, so not to worry. We'll bring him back with squash. So there we go. We'll bring back the people from Periscope. So Periscope will be here in a moment. Okay. That's all it takes. All it takes. Effortless. And we'll get thousands in here in a moment. Okay? 4,000. If I leave that there, it's going to be 4,000. I take it away, I'll get like 800. It's kind of like the numbers are going lower. When they see my face, they actually automatically leave. See, I told you. Here they come. So welcome, Periscope people. Welcome, Periscope Squash people. Welcome, Periscope Squash people. So our topic tonight is maybe maybe of some interest to some of you. Some of you have already expressed interest in my topic, and some of you don't even know what doxing means. Anybody doesn't know what dox means? Raise your hand. Type a 1 if you don't know what doxing means on Periscope. Anyone on Periscope, if you don't know what doxing is, type a 1. If you haven't experienced doxing or you don't know what it is, you don't know what doxing is. Yes, Mr. Tommy Islands does not know what doxing is. Okay, doxing is not nice. Yes. Anyone else who doesn't know what doxing is, type a 1. Doxing is not a nice thing. So if you feel like, oh, doxing must be like really nice and friendly, no, it's not. It's not a happy thing to be done to you. So anybody want to be doxed? Because we're going to talk to you. Sniper doesn't know what doxing is. Come on, Sniper, you know what doxing is. Doxing is, of course, done frequently on Periscope. So there's a lot of people who are, eager to dox you on Periscope. It's especially to attack broadcasters. So doxing is an attack often used against broadcasters. See here on Periscope. Hello, Mary T. Now, who are you, Mary T? That's a squash, Mary T. It's for Periscope. Periscope people happen to be vegetarians, so vegans actually. There's a lot of vegans on Periscope, so I got to put some vegetation up there, and they seem to come when you got vegans in here and they come over. Some of my friends on Periscope have been doxed, says the troll and says Mr. Tommy Islands. Okay, so hello, Rainbow Trail. So our strangely enough, nobody's interested in the topic. So maybe we'll just relax and play piano. I don't know. So if nobody's interested in doxing, we won't talk about it. We'll change topic to something else. Except you might be a victim of doxing and you ought to know how it's done. So if you are a victim of doxing, my wife broadcasts on a website I won't name, and doxing is a concern for us. There you go. Super. Finally, somebody who's actually interested. Tell us more. I will tell you a lot. But anyway, to start off, no, I am interested. Of course, Jojo Nurse is interested. Okay, so to start off, I already have a doxing video. I have a doxing video, and it's on YouTube. So the first thing, anyone actually interested in doxing, the first thing you should do is go to my YouTube account right there, Rob Braxman Tech, and subscribe to my channel. There's already a doxing video in there, and that will be the primary thing that you're going to look at, because it's a short 7-minute video. You don't have Twitch. I didn't say Twitch. I said YouTube. We're not concerned about Twitch. We're concerned about YouTube. I am broadcasting on Twitch right now. I was on Twitch, but I don't think you were seeing me. I'm not monitoring comments on Twitch normally, because there's only so many devices. So I am. Let me just look at Twitch right now. I am not monitoring the comments on Twitch. So please watch me on YouTube instead. There's one viewer on Twitch. Who is the one viewer on Twitch? I see somebody on Twitch here. Yes. I don't have live.me. Who needs live.me? All you need is YouTube. Self-doxing don't count. Self-doxing is very important if you can dox yourself. Okay, so first thing to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Rob Braxman Tech, because there's already a video on doxing, and we will refer to that. Okay, just wanted to watch there with me on Twitch. Okay, McFanny. Okay, so for reasons that are important to my channel, it's very important to watch me on YouTube. So I prefer if you guys watch on YouTube. I'm always interested. Thank you, McFanny. So again, there's a video already on YouTube, so watch that. I'm going to be expanding on the YouTube video in a big way. I did not give a lot of detail on the YouTube video. Yes, what is dox? Dox is, first let's define doxing. Let's define doxing here. Doxing is when somebody goes on the internet and says, I'm going to find out something about, who asked that question? Well, let's pick up somebody else here. I want to find something about McFanny. So McFanny is here on Periscope, also on YouTube, and also on Twitch. So I said, I want to find something about one of you, okay? Your Baba Bueno. What? Your Baba Bueno? So like Baba Booey? Your Baba Bueno? Okay, so when you say doxing, I'm going to search you on the zucking internet. I'm going to expose you on the internet. In fact, I'll probably find everything about you, your personal life, especially juicy things like your name and address, so people can actually go knock at your door. And the purpose of this is to harass the party that you're doxing, or to scare them, or to insult them, or to embarrass them, or to link it to real things in their lives. To say, for example, I'll give you an example. Somebody on Periscope got doxed. One of the broadcasters on Periscope got doxed, and he's very popular here in Periscope, and they doxed him and put the dox information, meaning the information that they dug from about him on the internet, and shows that he has a arrest record. There was an actual arrest. So somebody posted the photo of the arrest, and the basic information about the crime on Twitter. So the act of publicizing some personal information which you were hiding, or you didn't want it to be so visible, that is called doxing. As it turns out, the person in question was using a different name from when the arrest was made. So the arrest record showed a completely different name than what's was on the arrest record. That also happened to Closer. Yes, that not that what I'm talking about, but Closer also, and many people related to that Closer group. They were like doxing each other. Doxing. The Closer group is a very interesting example, because what happens is they all got into an attack. They attacked each other. They basically doxed Closer, and then Closer's friends doxed them back. So it was kind of a counter doxing, and then they posted it on YouTube, and it's still there. Some of them, and they. I'm not gonna comment, Madge. Just let me just keep the peace. Not gonna comment. Not gonna comment. But that's what happened. That's what happened then. And let me just tell you. Let me just tell you something, Madge and everyone else. The doxing that I saw from the closer group. In fact, some of them tried to attack me here because they incorrectly assumed I had some connection that I did not with some of the people in that drama, and so they probably tried to dox me. They probably tried to dox me, and I don't think they were. Yes, Match. We'll discuss. You can discuss that in private with me. Anyway, you can. Some of them tried to attack me, and I'm sure tried to dox me. And I said, okay, well, these guys they're attacking each other and they're doxing each other, and so I was watching what they were doing with the doxing. In fact, what information they got about the dox individuals. And I'm going to tell you something. Everyone was, in my opinion, a baby doxer or an amateur doxer. They didn't really know how to dox because the information they got about the individuals involved were fairly minimal compared to the. So what happened is I said, I'm not going to go sit here and be attacked. I'm going to preempt the people who are attacking me here on my broadcast. I pre-doxed them all. I doxed them all. I came up with a file and I doxed every one of them, and then I put it on in the background. And if they came at me in a bad way, then I would expose them. And fortunately, they were scared enough that they didn't actually attack me directly. Okay, they didn't attack me directly, so I stored the docs information away, and I never used it, and I didn't expose it. But one of the things that was kind of disappointing, after having doxed these people, okay, one of the things that that I found from the doxing information was that the guys who were doing the attacking and the ones attacking me on my broadcast were basically a bunch of losers. They were all losers. So, I could go sue them or do something like that, and I wouldn't get anything, because if you live in a trailer park in a tiny little motorhome or whatever, that you don't even own, that you're owned by your sister or whatever, then it's not going to be useful, putting a lawyer against anyone like that, since they probably don't have anything. So that's what I discovered, and I said, what a bunch of losers. They're going out there on the internet and doing their baby doxing. They don't really know how to dox. And if you don't know how to do it, you get 10% of the data. I get a hell of a lot more. I get 10 times more data than they do. And often people were getting information I would say was very, very shallow. And this is how deep I got. I found out every girlfriend, even girlfriends from 10 years ago. I found girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, family members, everything else. I just found a whole gamut of, every job they've ever had, every career, successful and unsuccessful, jail time. I got them all. It just goes so far back. And I said, wow. And you actually are considering yourself doxers, and they didn't really know how to do it. They didn't know how to do it. So I'm very good at it, and it's not just simply being able to use Google. So doxing is a technique that you might say, what does it take to dox? Well, go to Google, dox. No. You and I can go to Google and search for the same people, and guess what? I'm going to come up with a lot more information than you will, even though we go to Google, because it's beyond just going to Google. It's actually understanding how people screw up. It's understanding how you can get information about people, and actually, it's actually quite simple. It's actually kind of simple, and I'll explain it to you so you can. I'm not really vulnerable to this kind of thing I'm talking about. You don't have to go to the deep zucking web. I don't use any deep. I don't go to the deep web. I use the deep web only as a passing through kind of thing for my tour to hide what I'm doing. But I don't go to the deep web and actually search anything there. There's nothing to do there but FBI. So if you want to hang around the deep web, good luck. You'll meet up with FBI people. Okay, so the thing is, why are most people vulnerable to attacks? Why are most people vulnerable to doxing? This is, hey, made it. Hey, John Ritchie. Why are most people vulnerable to doxing? And again, does everyone know what doxing is? If you don't know, again, I'll repeat it. Doxing is the act of finding private information about you and posting it in public with the intent of embarrassment or shaming you or making you look bad or things like that. So it's the intent is to do something bad. If they publicize it, if they dox you, get the information, but they don't release it in public, I would call that research. I wouldn't call it doxing. Doxing is when somebody releases the information in public. Hello, Claire Peters. Okay, we got a doxer right here. I guess one of the doxers just showed up in here. One of the good doxers just showed up in here. Okay, so anyway, so how do you dox? Why is it that most people are so easy to dox? Why is it that most people are so easy to dox? Well, guess what? 90% of the doxing information can come from one source, and that source is happily Facebook. So somebody yesterday left a comment for me on YouTube and said, "Oh, I don't, your instructions on how to keep myself safe on the internet with privacy and all that. I guess it's too much work what you're saying, so I don't really need to spend so much time on that. It's not so important. So I'm not going to follow your instructions on browser isolation and VPNs and all that. That's really not important. Okay? That's really not important." So guys like that are your target. Guys like that are in fact, he wasn't a jerk. He's a pretty typical person. He's probably might watch this broadcast. No, he wasn't a jerk. He's just a nice guy. But he, unfortunately, is misguided because this is exactly the target people for doxing. And the doxing target may not be him, but he certainly gives us the ammunition for doxing. This is a perfect way to get into doxing. So, the thing about doxing, maybe Wee Fu Can doesn't want to reveal his secrets unless he want to give us some comments here on his own secrets to doxing. But I'll tell you my secrets. It's not all of it, but it's a big chunk of it. Okay, this is really the base information. The base information comes from saying, this is the premise, guys. Listen to me. This is the premise that makes everyone so vulnerable. Okay, the premise is that you know someone without a care about privacy. You know someone, not necessarily you. You all know someone with nothing to hide. Is there anyone here that doesn't know anyone that has nothing to hide? Raise your hands. Anybody here says, I don't know anyone with nothing to hide. I only work with NSA agents, so they all have something to hide. So anybody here with who don't know somebody like that? Well, I'm guaranteeing you, every one of you, including me, has somebody that I know that has nothing to hide. In fact, most of you probably are going to say, well, I have nothing to hide too. Yes, and you're one Who else has nothing to hide? Raise your hand. So those are that is the assumption of doxing. Okay, that is the assumption of something that I'm near Fort Meade. Do I have something to hide? Yes, you do, Lavendi. Okay, so who has something to hide? Who has nothing to hide? I would say 90% of the population thinks they have nothing to hide. That's your target for doxing. That's the assumption. That makes doxing possible. Again, what makes doxing possible? People who say they have nothing to hide. They make doxing possible. Okay? Now, what is the characteristic of people? By the way, I'm doing this extemporaneously. I don't have a plan here. I just know it from experience. I don't have a script, but I just know this very well. The people with nothing to hide, they behave in a very particular way. If you have nothing to hide, you're always going to behave in a particular way. And it's going to be predictable, and I will know all of your mistakes. Somebody who's nothing to hide goes to the internet and always uses their real name. That's a guarantee. If you have nothing to hide, they go on the internet in every website. They're going to go on Facebook, which is a real name app. Then they're going to go to Instagram and use their real name. They're going to go on LinkedIn with their real name. They're going to go on Periscope with their real name. They're going to go on YouTube with their real name. They're going to go on Google Plus with their real name. They're going to go to Pinterest with their real name. So that is they make doxing possible. Again, who makes doxing possible? People with nothing to hide, and two, they put their real name on the zucking internet. Not frozen here. Everything is running fine from my end. Everything is running fine from my end. Okay, that does not mean that the target, your target, is using their real name. It does not mean that the target has nothing to hide. Okay? It doesn't mean that. Hello, Kim. How are you doing, my friend? Okay? It doesn't mean that. What it means is someone you know. Again, this is the connection I'm trying to make here. Someone you know has nothing to hide. Someone you know uses the real name on the internet. Someone you know wants to be a Kardashian. They want to expose their lives because they want to be famous on the internet. There's always somebody like that to the extreme. Always. Always. Kim, I know you must know many people like what I'm talking about. There must be many, many people that you all know that behave like this. Now, how do I get to you? Let's say you're not. Let's say that you have a lot to hide. Let's say that they froze momentarily, but that's my Wi-Fi. Methinks. Let's say that you say you have something to hide, but you know somebody with nothing to hide in their mind. Yes, they say they have nothing to hide. Don't concern yourself with pictures above hockey. Just pay attention to my words, for goodness sakes. Talking about important things in here. So, because I know that you know somebody and that person is going to interact with you in social media, I don't have to attack you. I don't have to attack you. If I want to dox you, I will first dox somebody you know. This is called, my famous line, this is called a side channel attack. Attack the people that you know, not you, because you are so vulnerable, because people are such sheep that they will do and expose themselves on the internet, and you will be in there somehow, and that's how I'm going to get you. I'm going to give you a specific example here. Okay? I'm going to tell you how I actually doxed an individual that came to my broadcast. So somebody here started to troll me on my broadcast. He started to say nasty stuff. Okay? You know, like stick an egg rolls up your ass, you know, open your eyes so you can get back from China, that kind of stuff, you know. all the typical racist kind of trolling that I experience here is very, very common. So I experienced that, and this person came to my broadcast, and I say, "I will suck you, mother zucker." And this guy was sophisticated. Yeah, try me, he says. He said, "Try me, try me, try me," because he's concerned about privacy. He was concerned about privacy, and he had a lot to hide, and he actually was very, very careful on the internet. So, you're still awake, Mystic Diana. Okay. Yes, old people time. Aren't they just clever? Okay, but, I'm more clever than they are, McFanny. I'm more clever than they are. Man, haven't you say egg roll up your zass in a while. Egg roll up my zass, guys. Okay. Levendi, that's the point, is they come in here and, Asians look alike to them. So, it's like, you sucking. Thank you, Red Angel. Thank you. You sucking, Asia, you sucking, open your eyes so you get back from China, so you can't get back from China. It's like, my response is, "Zuck you, mother zucker." That's my response. Okay. I'll be back. Everybody's always commenting, "Who cares what's on the wall? I'm a musician." It's not a real wall. It's like a green screen. It's like, is that Bach on the wall? It's like Beethoven. Who cares? I have a piano here. It's like, it's a green screen. For goodness sake. Jeez. Hello, Jelly Scope. GMAC is back. GMAC is back for the squash. They're not clever. Yes, I know, McFanny. Exactly. You were being facetious, exactly. Okay, I don't do Glocks, John Ritchie. I don't like plastic. I like the feel of nice, solid steel. I like steel. No plastic, steel. This is heavy steel, big and heavy. Okay? Open your eyes, you can back from China. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in China. The Steinway is real. That's all that matters. Yes, the Steinway is real. Okay, So I'm gonna give you an example. Wait, do you want to know how I, revealed my secrets here and how I actually doxed this guy? Maybe I should delete this scope on Periscope so the Periscope trolls don't figure out what I'm doing. But this is not all of my technique, but this is just some easy ones. So the guy was using a wolf as his avatar. So his avatar was a wolf. Okay? And so I said, okay, we'll check you out. So I said, "Zuck you, mother zuck, I'm going to get you." Okay? So it's like, try me. It's like, okay, I'll do a broadcast about you tomorrow, I said. Okay, so I did. So anyway, I went to Twitter and found that his account on Twitter and Periscope only had this picture of a wolf and had some fake name on it, like Anand something. Okay, his name was like Anand, whatever. So it was like, trying to, I'm anonymous, you're not gonna catch me. It's like, zuck you. Are you zucking hacker? You think you're smart enough? Okay. So people make mistakes all the time. So what is his first mistake? He went to a gaming site. And used the same wolf picture. Okay, good, got him. So I found another portion of his name from the gaming site because he used a different name on the gaming site. So how did I find out that the picture was reused? Simple. Google reverse image search. Ain't that difficult. Okay, took his photo, ran it through reverse image search, showed me all the other things that he'd done on the internet, because everyone will always make this mistake and use a photo on different accounts in social media and use it with something that even has the real name. And bingo! Got him! Facebook! Found his sucking name on Facebook with that same sucking photo. Okay? Found the same wolf picture on sucking Facebook, and I said, "You are zucked, mother zucker. You are zucked." He was so zucked, okay? Then, because he was being a smart guy. "Oh, I'm smart. I'm going to hide myself on the internet." So his first thing was, his first thing was he went on Facebook and he said, "Well, I don't have any visible." So he makes sure that no one can see your friends on Facebook. So he turned all the friends off. Okay. The lesson of the day, by the way, is not to be on Facebook. If you're gonna be a troll, don't zucking be on Facebook because I'm gonna zuck you. Okay. If you're not on Facebook, you're pretty hard to zuck. But if it doesn't matter on Facebook if you use the avatar once. You zucking show up. You can't change your avatar if you've used it. Great gold. Let's say you have 5,000 avatars over the years and you use that same picture once, you are zucked. You are so zucked, I don't know what to tell you. So it showed up, pointed his name. So I went to his account on Facebook and what did I find? So I go to his account on Facebook. Players never use Facebook. He is zucked, but he gets more zucked. Okay, so he goes on Facebook. Again, no information, blocked information about his location, his name. The only thing we can see is his name. So I see his name. So you're Zuck now because I got your name. So but he's Zuck because I found his name. So he's got his real name on there. No friends visible because he turned all that off. No posts visible, turn all that off. Blank Facebook. He's probably saying, "Ha ha ha, I'm so smart, I gotcha. Ha ha ha." It's like people. The mere fact that you have a Facebook account means you are zucked. There is no way you can hide from me from zucking Facebook. I don't care if you don't have a single thing on the zucking screen. I will zucking get you. It is really that simple. Okay? It's really that simple. Yes, you are Zuck Chili Scope. I haven't checked your Facebook Chili Scope, but I bet you'd be easily zucked too. So anyway, so I said, okay, so this guy's a little smarter. By the way, on this guy's Twitter, he was posting things about Snowden. He was a big Snowden supporter. He was into privacy in a big way and doing all that. So this is a guy a little bit more sophisticated than average. This is above average troll. So he said, I'm gonna hide my stuff, and I know how to hide my privacy settings on Facebook. So he did, and it's like, okay, I'm covered. I'm no one's gonna be able to do anything to me. Zuck. Once I find your real name, you are already zucked. I mean, I find your real name. There's not much you're going to be able to do. Okay, so now I found his real name. Now what? Okay, so what do you find then? Then you find friends of friends. Friends of. There's a way on YouTube to search for pictures of friends of such and such. So even though they're not listed as friends, hello, Rain, didn't see the name there. Even though they're not listed as friends, all you have to type in is friends of. Posts of friends of. Pictures of friends of this guy. Okay, let's call him, I forget his name, but let's call him Antonio. Okay, Antonio. Friends of. I mean Facebook. Did I say YouTube? I said Facebook. I can't zuck you from YouTube. I can zuck you from Facebook. Okay, YouTube is not going to be a direct source unless there's stuff in there. Friends of. Post of friends. I'm telling you a trade secret here. Let me just tell you something that Facebook changed this, but way back in the day, some years ago, it was more elaborate than that. You can actually say groups of any group you belong to. You can find groups of it's so. Let's say you want to find out who's been accepted to what college. Oh, that is so easy. Gosh, you can say if you want to say who got accepted to every college, you can just go to all the typical colleges and say look for the Facebook group, and you'll find them all and say, such and such got accepted to such and such a college. Very, very interesting. Okay, so any group you're in can easily be found. So that's one of the things that go Trojans. Okay, so I can go to the USC list and say, class of, what is the current class? So this is the class of 2019 plus 4, class of 2023. Okay, so the class of 2023 on Facebook, and you can find who got accepted to the class of 2023 at USC. Very, very easy to find. Okay. So by the same token, you can find posts of, pictures of, friends of. There's so many ways you search it on the, because Facebook is a search engine. They give you the tools to dox right there. They like, very well equipped with doxing tools. So I do that, and this is the funny part about Facebook. Facebook never deletes anything. I don't care if you close your Zucking account. They will never delete the content when you do face off, friends off, all the things I'm using to search you on Facebook. Again, the keywords are pictures of, friends of, posts of, friends of, favorites of, there's all of these things that the keywords, they took down some of the keywords, already, because it became too invasive. But this is just the way that Zuck thinks. Zuck does not really have any care about your privacy. So basically, if you go on Zuckbook, you're Zucked. It's a very, very simple story. If you're on Zuckbook, then you're Zucked. We don't need to concern ourselves with anything about you, because there's no way to protect yourself from these searching things I'm just telling you, which is groups of, pictures of, friends of, all this in the search bar. Friends of Antonio Guerrero, pictures of, friends of Antonio Guerrero, because this guy in question was as it turns out, lived in Sacramento and had a lot of family and in Mexico, and it was a specific part of Mexico that was trying to remember here, probably near the Texas border. That's what I gathered, the location from the location of the relatives. That's probably where he came from, and he lives in Sacramento. And they were, and I got his name and address and all that, because you got his full name already. That's easy. Once you get somebody's full name, then you go to Intellius, Axiom, Spokio, and all that. Now, if you want to pay some money, you can get even more information about the social media history. But I wasn't going to pay money for Zucking Troll, so that's okay. No need to do that. I don't need his exact location every moment. Again, you can pay for that. I don't need his contact list. I can pay for that. So if I don't have to pay for anything, if I just want to identify who he is and make sure that he knows that I know who he is, then that was it. I don't need to do anything more. I'm in FB jail because I reposted. Well, I don't know what that is. HV Dream. So must be some political post that I don't know anything about. Okay, I don't know what that is. Anyway. So the guy was Zuck again. I found out, like I said, I said friends of Antonio Guerrero, and then I found out all of his family, and there, sure enough, they were liking his posts. They were liking his posts and liking his photos, and hitting like and tagging him and all the different, the usual thing that people do. HV Dreams, that those are words that can get you blocked on various platforms. So let's keep it away from what I do here. Okay, HV Dreams, put that in political scoper broadcast. Keep it away from my stuff. Okay, love, Mr. Lavelle Logan. How are you doing? Document for evidence will begin. For evidence, lawsuit will begin against FB. When? I'm waiting. At the moment, I'm losing the battle. Nobody wants to pay attention to me. So anyway, are you at work, Lavelle? You working tonight? So what I'm trying to tell you is that using that friends of, and this is the first time I actually told you what I use. Friends off, pictures of friends off, and all that. Then I found all of his relatives, and this is the rule that you got to understand about hello, Pastora Covert's Place. The thing that you start to realize about Facebook is they don't delete any post that has an interaction with it. You can delete your account; they'll never delete the one with the interaction. So if you know what you're searching for, likely you will find posts about me on Facebook. Even though I deleted my Facebook account, you will find posts about me on Facebook from many, many years ago, in 2011 or something. Um, I will still come up. I still search it. I do still come up on Facebook, so I can be doxxed. Yes, even though I haven't been on Facebook since 2012. Even since then, 2012, you can still find pictures of me. I got tagged in there, and you can't escape it. This is the problem, and the solution, folks. The solution is very simple. The solution is very simple. I know you say, well, I can't leave Facebook because my family is on there. You know what? You know what I told my family? Suck you all. Zuck you all. I don't care the entire family is on Zucking Zuckbook. I will not talk to you on Zuckbook. Yes, do the same exact search that I did for this guy and apply it to yourself. I make a mistake in life and it never goes to one mistake in life, it never goes away. This is what I tell people, and people say, well, I have nothing to hide. I don't need a VPN. I don't need to do browser isolation. I can stay on Facebook because I set my privacy policies. I keep telling you, don't use your real name on social media. I keep telling you all these tips, and the response I get is, suck this Rob guy. He's too extreme, and this is too difficult. This is too difficult to implement. Hello, Diane Johnson. Why are you here? You should be on Ron Waxman's scope. Showed him the Springfield 1911 445 ACP, which is not a Springfield. This one is not a Springfield. This is a Colt. This is a Colt. Yes, I am serious. How D99? People don't pay attention to me. I don't know. Good night. Good night. Ilsius is upset because I showed a toy gun. What? Ron Waxman. Yes, it's a real name. Are you Ron Waxman? Colt is a lot nicer, except Crowder was paying them money to advertise there. Democrats are good. What? Don't. No political comments here. Everyone's welcome here. Let's keep the political comments out of here, and everyone. Let's give everyone respect. Everyone is entitled to an opinion, and we're into free speech here. You can all major conflict of interest there. So anyway, the privacy settings in Zuckbook is just a false sense of security. It's so funny, guys. It's so funny. Where's iSocial Fit? Thank you, Omnipotent Slim. No more political correctness. I'm not politically correct, but love me now. I'm not politically correct, as you know, because I say, stick an egg roll out my zazz. Open your eyes, you're getting back from China. I am not politically correct, but on the other hand, I need to respect others here, and we need to respect. If I go for some other app to talk, I said barely use IG, so no. IG is Facebook. IG is Facebook. We keep it real, even once paid Zuck for advertising. IG is Facebook. So anyway. So so you learned two major tricks. To actually three. Three tricks here to dox. Okay, and if you're an expert and you know how to evade some of this, then you can actually become more difficult to dox. Okay, so somebody said to me, this is the problem. Somebody is on Facebook. Okay, Jojo Nerds was telling me about the person on Facebook having a fake identity on Facebook. First of all, Jojo Nerds, why are you on Facebook? Because that's problem number one, meaning you can be doxxed. Somebody trying to attack me on Facebook, on platforms like Periscope, and if you call yourself Jojo Nerds in here, then who does not care what they do here, because they're not going to get to you. Okay? But you're on Facebook, they got your real name, so they can go, and they're in your group, therefore he can dox all of you, and you're zucked. So you say, well, how do we dox this guy? Well, you can, if the account is made to be fake and it has no connection, that may be hard. but people mostly make mistakes. So he may have a connection with his own real account on Facebook, because chances are this guy has a real account on Facebook. Okay, okay, Joker's Wild, good job. So how do you find out if the troll has a real account on Facebook? Easy, because chances are he will go to one or the other and friend it or look at it or tag it. He'll make a mistake and connect the two accounts. So you again do the same technique: friends off, pictures off, friends off, Mr. Troll. Okay, then you'll see all of the posts of Mr. Troll in all other people's accounts, and one of those accounts may be him. There may be a connection. Now, some of you got to sniff it like a dog. You know, I'm actually, I have an instinct, and because I know the way people behave on the internet, I can actually spot people who are, who make a mistake like that, because it's a very, very common mistake to make. If you have to be really, really good not to make this mistake. Okay, somebody like me, you're not going to catch with that. Okay. But if you have a fake account, chances are that fake account will start looking at Facebook data on your relatives and friends, so it's convenient because you don't have to go change account. So that's how you say, okay, chances he may make a mistake then and make a post on his real account, or make a post with a relative, and then you look for a pattern. Okay, maybe he's attacking 99% of you, but one person he's not attacking. Why isn't he attacking? I found this, by the way. You all know the troll here on, the troll company here on Periscope, the Bobkovs. Okay, the Bobkovs. Yes, Susie Eve, you wish. There's no nude pic here, Joker's Wild. Are you fucking kidding me? We don't put nude pics here. You see vegetables. What you see is squash, and it's the equivalent of, it's for people on Periscope. People on Periscope love vegetables. You put that on Periscope, and guaranteed you're going to get a lot of viewers. I don't have to do anything special, because as it turns out, Periscope has a lot of vegans, and so you have to satisfy the vegans. So that's what I do. Okay, I put vegetables on here, and it makes the vegans happy, and they show up. I don't even have to change the picture. It's always the same one. So, yes, vegetables are good. So, there you go. The secret to Periscope is vegetables and guns. Vegetables, guns, we're done. Guaranteed viewers. Okay? So, vegan present. Yes, there you go. Jerry is vegan. You caught the Silk Road guy by They caught the Silk Road guy by doxing. No, that's actually not how they caught the Silk Road guy. It's not a real gun, Susie. No. It's not a real gun. Butternut squash. Yes, it's a butternut squash. Hawaii dealer. Yes. Veggie gun. Okay, so did you learn a lot, Jojo Nurse? Did you just? I didn't really. I don't really have to tell you much. I mean, you kind of get the point that mistakes are easily made, and they caught him with similar usernames. So once you start to see if the guy said post up, friends off, such and such, and then you can see if he's attacking everyone, and then the ones he's not attacking, there must be a special relationship. And you say, why is he not attacking? He's attacking 90%, he's not attacking 10%, therefore he must be connected to 10% either as cross accounts or related accounts or family or something, and so on. Yes, I'm trying to reverse image use, not right now. Okay, so reverse image is the first trick. And some of you will trick that by using some famous person on the internet, and that will handle that. But many of you don't know this, and why are you in my girlfriend's living room? A lot of you girlfriends like music, because apparently people said I'm looking at some Bach and Beethoven or whatever, and behind me I can't even see that small. Saying, that's Bach on the wall. It's like, you can see that? I can't see it. Too tiny. You're as good as Finch from Person of Interest. So, yes, but I don't need a computer to be doing person of interest. I don't need a computer. I have common sense. I have an instinct like a dog. I can smell your mistakes on the internet. That's why I'm the privacy guy, because I can do that. I don't know what it is. I've always been good at it. It's not a talent that it's not my career. I had made money from doing investigations, but I actually am quite good at it. I don't know why. And very good at it. Many times we all as a group, what are we hiding that's so private? Susie Eve, would you like me to prod you with some questions, Susie Eve, and then you can tell me? He can smell fear, folks. I can. Okay, so Susie Eve, you have nothing to hide. Are you one of those? Because Susie Eve, whoever has nothing to hide is the main target. Okay, so Susie Eve has nothing to hide. Therefore, Susie Eve is the target now. Okay, that's the kind of person you want to dox. So if she has friends and you happen to be doxing her friend, and they said, okay, I got Susie Eve is friends with Adam and Eve, and you can't with Adam, and you want to dox Adam, but you don't know how to get through Adam, and you just found out on the internet that Susie Eve is kind of open and has nothing to hide, then you know the way to Adam is through Eve. Okay, you now have 4 browsers. Okay, so the way to Adam is through Eve. So first target is to do Eve. So first thing I'm going to do with Eve, say, how am I going to attack Eve? Well, there's something in Eve's profile that may exist somewhere else on the internet. So you look at Eve's, screenshot the profile photo, go on Twitter and get all the information about Eve, and only in my gallery. So go find every picture that she's ever used. One of those will be duplicated on other social media. One of those will be duplicated on other social media. She'll be using the same. One of the pictures will be used on Instagram. One will be used on Facebook. Because you cannot delete profile photos on Facebook. I don't know if you know that. Oh, come on, Eve. We can get you. Okay, it could be a word too. It doesn't have to be a picture. It could be a word. Okay. Okay. So it could be some phrase. It could be the Susie Eve itself. It's very unusual. There may not be that many Susie Eves, and the fact that you use it in social media will reveal other social media accounts with the name Susie Eve. So you say, okay, we're gonna attack that, and then somehow they'll get back to your Facebook account. Once we get to your Facebook account, you will make one mistake. I guarantee it's 99% of the people make a mistake. 99%. I don't care how good you are. 99%. You can dox me. I'm doxable because I've made those mistakes. It's pretty hard to not to. So you're going to find some reference somewhere. It just takes a long time because sometimes it's going to be obscure. It's going to take a long time to search it. You may have to go search, for search words, with thousands and thousands and thousands of search results on Google before you find it. But then once you find the connection to the social media thing where Susie Eve has been used, then you say, gotcha. Then you look for certain things that correspond with age and so on. And then once you find a real name, then now you're really zocked. Because what happens when you have a real name? Susie Eve, you have nothing to hide? So give us your real name then. Because if you give your real name to somebody, okay, you show up on Axiom, Intellius, Spokio, People Finders, BeenVerified.com, and you can get the street address and phone numbers and relatives. It's just so zucking easy. So if you don't believe me, search yourself. Everyone here, if you haven't tried it, search yourself on the internet. Go ahead. Search yourself on the internet. I'll wait. Okay, I bet you it'll come out on Axiom, Intellius, Spokio. What did I miss? Axiom, Intellius, Spokio. Those are big ones. You'll come up on Axiom, Intellius, or Spokio, and then on some little companies. And then we'll get your phone number, your relatives, your age. Funny, I don't show up in searches. As Doug knew, no. Doug knew no, but you already said that you're in a certain state. You're you said Doug you know uh, because of what you say and certain things, and then you have videos on YouTube, and then they can extract your picture, do reverse lookup. Uh, there'll be ways to find you if I didn't know who you were. Okay, so these are techniques that bad guys will use. Of course, I already know who Doug is, so I don't have to worry about that. Dude, cringe. I'm a baby. Okay, I already know who Doug is, so I'm an enigma. Then they hack you on PayPal. Many of you I actually know because you buy products from me, I sell products, I give you my address and all that. So if we have a business relationship because you buy something from me and I sell something to you, then obviously, there's less secrets because we trust each other to exchange money. But for the average person trying to attack somebody, out in the wild, then we're quite vulnerable, and of course Susie Eve is actually pretty smart in the sense that Susie Eve did not use her name on Periscope. Now some of you still don't realize that you've shortcutted the search procedure. I don't have to do much searching if you already reveal your name on Periscope. Okay, Kim Buchanan. Lucky for Kim, she's in Australia, so the data may not be so useful because she's so far away from where we are here. Peter Smith, hello, Peter Smith. Okay, so can you give me some advice on how to tell that my Wi-Fi is being stolen, please? No Red Angel, that is not the answer. The answer is be on a VPN, and then it doesn't matter if somebody is invading your Wi-Fi, because the problem is everybody's Wi-Fi can be hacked until WPA3 comes out. I don't know why you should ever use your real name. Susie Eve is pretty smart. No wonder you say you have nothing to hide, because you're already hiding. Okay? So Susie Eve is not an easy target because by not using your real name on social media, and it depends on how consistently she uses the name Susie Eve, and maybe she's not even a she, but if you're not using the name Susie Eve consistently, that's perfect. I hope you take hints from what I'm saying, because I'm telling you how hard it is sometimes to dox. I'm going to tell you a story. This isn't my real name. I'm sure Doug is your real name. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. So I'm not going to tell you the technique, but some years back, there was a company similar to Egg Drop here on Periscope, and the name of the company was Scoper Chat. And Scoper Chat was capturing videos on Periscope and also capturing every comment that was made on Periscope and putting it into a database. I wasn't aware of anything way back when I got into social media. Tatiana, my friend, how are you doing? So anyway, Chad Lynn, how are you, Chad Lynn? How are you doing, guys? So make sure, before I tell you my story, I keep forgetting. Let me remind you again to make sure you subscribe to Scoper Chat. I know Scoper Chat. I'll tell you about him in a second. Please subscribe to my YouTube account. I have all your Chadwick. Please subscribe to my YouTube account because my YouTube account has videos that talk about some of what I'm talking about here, and you would get a lot of information because I make videos all the time. I make 2-3 videos a week in addition to 4 live streams. So there's a lot of related content to what I talk about, and the videos are, because they're shorter, they can teach you things that will prevent you from getting doxxed. And if you are concerned about doxing and concerned about some of what I talk about, go watch me on YouTube and subscribe to my account, Rob Braxman Tech. So please go and do that. I will wait. Just click on your YouTube channel, YouTube app, and subscribe to me right now, Rob Braxman Tech. So I may be follow this Scoper chat. So I may follow this Scoper chat. You get it. Okay, I haven't told you about Scoper chat yet. Scoper chat is no longer active on Periscope, but I want to tell you the story because it's very important. Okay, so please subscribe to my YouTube channel and go watch my videos in there as well. Okay, Return of the Squash. Yes, Russ. So anyway, Periscope had this company called Scoper Chat, taking all the comments from Periscope, storing into a database, and then making a website where you can search anyone's comments. So let's say you're Ron Waxman. Actually, let's say you're Rob Music, as I was. I was able to search anyone talking about me on any broadcast on Doxxing Periscope. So I can go around and say, anybody mentioned Rob Music. So I put on there that is not on my scope. And I found somebody making comments about me elsewhere. And I found out who they are. Okay? Very, very interesting. Okay? You can download replays with a YouTube download extension. Download replays on what? On YouTube? Or what replays? You don't need to download YouTube. Can you still use that? No. Scoper Chat is no longer active, but I'm going to tell you a story. Scoper Chat, some years back was very mysterious. He nobody knew who Scoper Chat was. He would do a scope without talking, and he just played music, and then he was programming. He's showing you how his programming, stealing your data on Periscope. So he showed a program, and people would chat with him, but he never actually answered. He would type his answer. He never talked. You never heard his voice. You don't know anything about him. Okay, so he was kind of mysterious. And then the big mystery of the day was, who is Scoper Chat? And somebody asked me, I'm so scared of Scoper Chat. Can you find out who it is? So because of the fear, I said, okay, maybe it's time to go figure out who Scoper Chat is, because of the fear. People were afraid of him because his website could reveal any conversation on any place you are. It was so scary in a way, because it's like building the NSA spying inside Periscope. So I wanted to know who this guy is and why he built such an app. So anyway, do I dox this GM guy? I mean, for a troll to come in here and say you gay on a doxing scope, it's kind of dangerous, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say this is a very dangerous scope to be trolling me? I don't know. I just talked about how I can do some evil things with you with doxing, and then you troll me. It's like not exactly the same thing to do. Okay. Now, so Scoper Chat was a mystery. Nobody knew who Scoper Chat was. And so everyone made a guess. Oh, Scoper Chat is actually Bob the Cat. Scoper Chat they made so many guesses. Scoper Chat is Honest Bachelor. Scoper Chat is, this and that. And they were all wrong. And I said, I'll find out who Scoper Chat is. So I found out. Okay, it was not easy. This guy was, well covered. And it took me a while. Because he was very, very sophisticated in hiding, because as it turns out later on, his entire business was based on being secretive. And the problem with him, as is the problem with most people, is once you get a hook on somebody's name, because I found his name, once you find somebody's name, how do you get through? How do you find out everything about a person once you find their name? Simple. I already told you. Facebook. Well, this guy was not on Facebook. He's smart. He was not on Facebook. Okay? lacking in that knowledge. So he this is a young guy. I mean, he was young. He's, when I found out the stuff about him, he was still young. Okay, and I said, okay, I bet you somebody was on Facebook. He did not have a Facebook account, but then I found his Doxxing sister. Ah. Okay, so I found the sister, and then nothing to hide. Here you go. Sister had nothing to hide. So I found out everything where they live. They live at their parents' house. And so once I found out who the sister was, then, I found out that he also moved back to his parents' house. So he was all over the place, but he went back to his parents' house. So then I found out everything, and of course, the vulnerability. I mean, if I found his name, I can just see his business contacts. I didn't know much about his personal life from that, but the moment I found his sister, then his personal life was completely exposed. Suddenly I know his family, his mother, father, the exact location where they live in this state. I can see their exact house, nice big house in this state. And I can also see all the different places he's lived, but I don't really know much about it. But once I get into a hook into somebody with nothing to hide, you're sucked. That's all it took. Find somebody on Facebook that is connected to you, and you are zucked. Telling you, you are zucked. There's just no zucking way to escape that. So for those of you who say, well, I'm not really concerned about privacy. I'm not concerned about any of this. Well, okay, then you will be either the direct victim of doxing, or you will be the methodology for doxing somebody else that you know. As an example, somebody said, "Well, I'm old." Kim Buchanan said, "I'm old. I don't have to care about my name and all that." Okay, so grandparents on the internet, I will use you to dox your children and your grandchildren. So if you say you don't really care, it's good. You give me doxing ammunition. No, Jerry. No, I didn't say that. No, Kim, I'm just theorizing, Kim. Come on, Kim. I'm just theorizing. I didn't say that you said that. I'm just saying, but I'm using it as an example, Kim, because it's just fun, because you're my friend. Okay, so if the person I'm talking about is actually the one who left a comment on YouTube, and he said, well, I'm older, and I don't really have anything to hide, and I'm already using this extension called Ghostery, which is like, I don't know if I'm going to use a untrusted extension. You know what? I can't even tell you what extensions do. Extensions are pretty scary. Okay, so you're going to say, I'm going to use Ghostery and on my browsers, and that'll be enough. I'm not using a VPN. It's like, you are so zucked. I can't even tell you. We're not even going to go there. Okay, do you see me recommending extensions to you here, other than Privacy Badger? No, I do not follow Trump on Twitter. Neither do I follow Obama on Twitter. I don't follow any politician on Twitter. So anyway, and neither did I follow Hillary on Twitter. I don't follow anyone that is in politics. I don't follow politicians on Twitter. FYI. So if you're trying to get my politics, you're not going to get it. Now, if you say, do I follow people with political beliefs on Twitter? Oh yeah. Are they all on the right or on the left? They're some are very far left, some are very far right. So you can't actually Tor browser extensions. John Ho is into politics. You follow him. I follow many people that have politics. John Ho is not into politics. Is John Ho, politics where? Hong Kong politics? I follow people that are, are political scopers and so on. It doesn't mean anything since I follow both sides of them. Okay? Do I follow Alex Jones? I don't think so. Do I follow people who are connected with Alex Jones? I believe so, yeah. Do I follow people that are connected on the left? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. That's why I look at my Twitter feed and it's half are from half are bashing Trump and half are supporting Trump. That's perfect. It's exactly how I want it. I follow Obama and Trump at the same time, cancel each other. Yeah, I don't need to follow because they're shared anyway by the people. If you follow people with politics, they're sharing the same stuff, so I don't need to follow them directly. What browser the best to use? Penmanship. I believe you should subscribe to my YouTube account. I have a specific video answering that. That's a very complex question, my friend. That is not an easy question. If you want to know what best browser to use, go to my YouTube account, Rob Braxman Tech, and watch that new video from last week. It's a new video. It's very, very important video, and it's actually has 100% likes. It's a very popular video. Thank you, Penmanship. It's a very popular video, and you will learn from that. That video alone is liked by a lot of people because it's a new video. It's only a few days old. And your thoughts on VPNs, wiretaps, and having learning. Is that today's topic, though? I cracked my first WP2 PSK today. Did you use a dictionary attack or brute force, Yeshua? Dictionary attack or brute force? And how many digits were the password? How many digit password? Tell me. I want to know. Easy to get pissed at both sides. What is but yay you. I'd like to know if Yeshua, how many digits and was it a brute force or was it a dictionary attack? Okay, I'd like to know. That's interesting because every Wi-Fi is hackable. 15 digits, obviously it's not upper lower. Special character, no, it must have been not upper lower with special character and numeric. It must have been because you cannot hack. 15 digits is not hackable if it's alpha, uppercase, lowercase, numeric with special character. That's not hackable. Okay, I know that. I used to get the WPS. Oh, you attacked WPS. That's different. Yeah, WPS is WPS. That's easily hacked. That's why I never turn on. I have a video on that too. Video on that. How to make sure you do not use WPS. There's a video on Wi-Fi also yeah, it's very clear. Angel says yes. My advice on the browser is very clear. The problem is it's very hard to implement because it requires a discipline. Kelp has been quiet. Kelp's quiet. See, now you're talking another language. I'm trying to use my imagination to make sense of it. It doesn't matter, Kim, if what I'm talking about is technically difficult. You can ignore it. I have to relate to a big audience, and some of them are interested. Special character. I have to relate to people that are different levels, and some of you are much more sophisticated. And I'll use some words to show that I understand what you're talking about. And it doesn't matter if you don't understand it because you're not in cybersecurity, so you can ignore that. It's more important to understand the general. I mean, come on, Kim. When I tell you these are the few tricks you have to do to your life, get a VPN. Bytes VPN, by the way, is right there. Get a VPN. Don't use your real name in social media. Don't be on Facebook. Use browser isolation. What else? I mean, those four alone. it makes you pretty hard to spot already. Okay, let me just four little things, four little changes in habits is enough to actually, fix a lot of problems. Again, let me repeat it again, okay? Hello T. Louise. Let me repeat it again, okay? Don't use your real name in social media. Use a VPN. There's no excuse for that. Everything you do on the internet should be on a VPN. Okay? Don't be on Facebook. This is the hardest one for many of you. Don't be on Facebook. Use browser isolation. And I didn't even go to Thunderbird email client. Yeah, those are use Thunderbird as your email client. Just those few things right there is actually enough to wipe out 90, maybe 95% of the privacy problem. It's not 100%. Nothing is 100%, but 95% of your you can't be doxxed if you follow these rules. Simple things, and that's a big chunk already of the problem. Okay, look, let's say you forgot to use Thunderbird client, as I said, with the number 5 email client. You forgot to use Thunderbird. It doesn't matter. You're in a VPN anyway. Okay, there's more. You gotta, you gotta have a discipline in using browser isolation. You have to turn off location and all that. But the fact is, when you have a VPN, it actually erases the effect of some of it. The effects become more minimal. Okay, so the top 4 is enough to if you have a discipline on those 4, you're actually better off than 99% of the population. Okay, let's repeat that again. It's such simple rules. I'm telling you, it's very hard to dox if you follow these rules. Very hard to dox you. Okay, do not use your real name in social media. Okay, number 2, use a VPN. Number 3, don't be on Facebook. Number 4, use browser isolation. If you don't know what browser isolation is, go watch the video on what browser to use. Okay, that alone, there are a few simple tricks. Now, browser isolation is time consuming to do because it takes some discipline to get to use that. But, the effects are significant. If you do what I say, you're going to be pretty hard to dox. I'm pretty hard to dox from anything that I've done recently. That's pretty much, that's hard. But I can be doxed from things I've done in the past. And that's where you can't really hide the past. That's the problem. So the only thing you can do is not connect the current to the past. And how do you do that? Because you can't hide your name. You can't hide your name. Your name is already on the internet. If you have a real name on the internet, your activities with that real name are on the internet. So your job is to disconnect the real name with the non-real name. And unfortunately, that's impossible with Facebook. You cannot disconnect your real name from your life if you're on Facebook. There you go, Angel. It's very good. What about FB and another name? No, Lane 2. Hey, Lane. Glad to see you. Okay, so the problem is you're going to connect the Facebook account that you have with the other name to your other account if you have friends from your actual family. Okay, let's say, Lane, let's say that you do this. I'm going to give you an example. Okay, let's say that your Facebook account is Lane 2 and all of your friends and on there is only from Periscope. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Now, if you connect your family to it, you are zucked. So yes, if you don't connect the two, don't correspond with the two accounts, and you have to use browser isolation. Now, Facebook Lane, Facebook knows those are your two fake accounts, or at least you're in the same household. It knows that because they do browser fingerprinting. So they know that already. Okay, if you want to stop them from knowing that, simple. Don't use the Doxxing Facebook app. Use a browser. Watch my video on browser isolation. The video on browser isolation are for those of you who just can't let go of Facebook. You don't have to do that kind of browser isolation if you're not on Facebook. It's really affecting only those who stick around on Facebook. Okay, so browser isolation is discussed in the browser video that I have on YouTube, and I advise you to subscribe to my account. Then you go watch that video. Ooh, I've been doing that already. Ooh, Chad Lynn is doing a great job. Fantastic. Okay, so unfortunately, don't. Okay, unless you're hooked. Okay, unfortunately, in case you think you're tricking Facebook by saying I have two accounts and Facebook doesn't know it, sorry. I am sad to say they know what your accounts are because of browser fingerprinting. Some of you say I have multiple Google accounts, I have multiple Gmail accounts, and Google doesn't know what all those accounts are. Sorry to say. I want to share. I went to share and I got zonked. You forgot the password to another. Okay, so Facebook deleted my test accounts. Google knows it because of browser fingerprinting. Watch the browser fingerprinting video. There you go, penmanship. You're very smart. Penmanship doesn't even use a profile photo on Periscope. Very smart. But you should be watching me on YouTube, penmanship. YouTube is better to watch me. My family is in a fake name too. The problem, Lane, is if you, let's say that your original name was Lane Jones, and you said, "Oh, I'm going to change that now to Lane 2." I want to make sure you understand this, that for the doxer, that's no big deal, because on Facebook, they actually link your old name with any new name. They also link any profile photo that you've ever used to the current profile photo. So you can't backwardly say, I'm going to go to Facebook now and change my name on Facebook. It's not going to work. I'm going to go to Facebook now and delete my profile photo and put a new one in. That's not going to work because Facebook indexes both to attach to the original account. Okay? This is just how invasive Facebook is. So dangerous. I mean, I don't know how to evade it. It's just, it tries at every moment to try to zuck you. LinkedIn, of course, uses your real name and makes it very, very dangerous because they upload contact lists. LinkedIn is very big with contact lists, so they have a relationship map and they know everyone that you're connected to in business. Typically, LinkedIn does not connect family. It mostly connects people in business. So it's a Zucker-tier world after all. So in business, LinkedIn is quite dangerous because then it can connect all of you in your life, and then that can be matched to your Facebook, and then so on and so forth. Fortunately, I can tell you this: it's pretty easy to delete your LinkedIn account. If you delete your LinkedIn account, it's gone. Okay, I've deleted my LinkedIn account. So far, no way to recall it. See, they're not thinking just like Zuck. They actually allow you to delete an account. It was pretty easy and it's instant. I deleted my LinkedIn account and it's gone. I can never go back to it. So that's good. I mean, if you delete your Facebook account, they keep your account forever and ever. And you say you deleted it, but yet you can log back in, and you say to yourself, if they deleted the account, how come I log back in and see everything still? Weird. Okay, so wow, we got 30 people watching on YouTube. Wow, that's isn't that the highest number in YouTube? Hi, Master. I'm here packing for duty. I'm packing, Sir Cal. Are you packing or I'm packing? I'm packing. What is the great point, Chad Lynn? I bet Zuck and Facebook could find 80% of illegal aliens here. Yes, they could. China rightfully banned the Zuck. Well, they have their own version of Zuck. Mine bigger. Here bigger. Yours is bigger. Well, I have a longer one. I have a longer one. That's a short version. I have a longer one. What about here? Twitch, Twitter. You don't use Lane, Twitch, Twitter, Periscope don't have any way of connecting contacts. Well, they can have contact lists, but if you don't import a contact list into Twitch and Twitter, nothing really connects. So, like everyone I know on Periscope is from people I know on Periscope. They're not connected to me in real life. Yeah, lock and load, 40. Okay, so you're actually I don't mind Twitter. Even Snowden uses Twitter. Kim.com uses Twitter. John McAfee uses Twitter. So because they can't really suck you so much on Twitter. Okay, because you make your own connections. They're not trying to connect people beyond what you're tweeting. That you look mini me the Asian version. Has anyone told you that you look mini me the Asian version? The Bears Rock. I thought we're cool now. Are you still on the attack profile? I thought we're already cool now. Okay, so what I forgot now what I was talking about. So anyway, yeah. So Twitter, in fact, even Instagram wouldn't be so bad, because Instagram you don't have to use your real name, right? So even Instagram would not be so bad, except for the fact that Instagram is connected to your Facebook account. So whatever you do on Instagram is actually passed on to Facebook, which means Instagram uses the same code that Facebook uses to take your data from EXIF. When you import a photo into Facebook, it takes the location data. Well, obviously, Instagram is also doing that. Okay, good question 4 comments ago. Which one is the comment? Does Google and FB link my account with somebody else's fake account if they stole my picture and name? That's a good thing, Mark from Toronto. A lot of people have set up a account on Facebook and used my photo. That's a good thing. That is called disinformation. Anything that's not true is good. So a lot of people have used my photo on Facebook, on various places as a joke, and it's your device they're tracking. They're tracking your browser. They're tracking your IP address. It's perfect. Okay, I love it. Use my photo, and then somebody doxing me will go see those accounts. This information. It's a very nice trick. I actually, you want to do that, do it. Somebody reports to me, somebody is reusing your picture, and you ought to, zuck them up and go hack them because they're doing that. And I say, that's perfect. They should do it. Anonymity is great if you only want to be known online. Anonymity is great if you only want to be known online. Okay, Jojo Nerds, I hope you got information. Okay, Denise in SoCal. Hello, Denise. I actually know a Denise in SoCal. It's when you link reality with your online footprint, problems happen. Okay, no argument there. We got 31 people on YouTube. That's awesome. The squash sweater's just saying, so anyway, okay, so did I miss a comment from Lane? What was the comment? So that is a good thing. I'm afraid the money part on Twitter, etc. What is the money part on Twitter? What is the money part on Twitter, Lane? Are you talking about people buying tweets and followers, or what money part are we talking about? Uh, yeah, I'd like to know what money part we're concerned about, but like Bob Cobb kind of things. That's cause I'm here. We record breaking. Uh, you added, you're the 31st watcher. Do you think at some point they will require verified for all of Twitter? Kelp farming, if they do you know what? Ron Waxman is verified on Twitter, which gives him extra, featuring whatever if they liked him on Twitter. I will not ever. Kathy is number 32. I will not ever get verified on Twitter. Do you know what they ask you to get verified on Twitter? Okay, to get verified on Twitter, they ask you for your real name, your address, your phone number, your date of birth. What else do they ask? Your phone number. So they basically make sure you're what the real information is. Now, tack that to your IP address and everything else they know about you through browser fingerprinting. It's like, suck you. I am not going to do that. Put in my credit card, etc., any social media. Yes. Yes. So yes, Ron can be verified on social media. I don't fucking care. I will never get verified on sucking Twitter. No sucking way. Okay, if the verification means that I have to give you my real information, then what the suck is that for? Is that a positive thing? No. Okay, so basically they're promoting themselves just like, hey, why don't we all be like Facebook? We have a verified identity. Let's make Twitter verified identity. Zuck you. Is Snowden verified? People, is Snowden verified? Look at his account. Is Snowden verified? Did they ask for his ID and address? Because he's not going to have an address that he's going to tell you. Snowden verified? I don't think so. You don't, dang sucks. Me either. No. Yes, Lane, verification. Yeah, so verification is a very, very bad thing in social media. Very, very bad thing. So don't do that. I wrote a big email with anger faces and they lift the suspension. Kim, on which platform? Which platform are we talking about? My psychologist friend has a common fake name on Zuckbook. Is he a fake name on Zuckbook? That's very good, Angel. He should encourage more people with more fake names. He should encourage that fake name even more. Rob, is that not your real name? I'm disappointed. Actually, Rob is my real name. Yes. I am Rob. Fortunately, so is a third of the United States is probably named Rob. Was my dog's account. Yeah. So if your name is John Smith, I don't think you have to worry about doxing. If your name is John Smith, don't worry about doxing. You got other things to worry about. He used a fake name because he wanted to protect his family from his clients. Yes, very smart, Angel. And the fact that there are other people with a fake name is even more perfect. But don't call him Bob. Yes, don't call me Bob. That's like, I don't know, Italian. Oh, I'm Italian. So, yep. So just don't call me late for dinner. Yeah, boring. Okay, if you're Pocahontas, you're Zuck. Okay, so hopefully you've learned a little bit, Bob Villa. Hopefully you've learned a little bit about some of this. I actually, like I said, this information is yes, I actually I went to my Jewish friends and I they kept calling me Braxton, and I said, I'm not Rob Braxton, I'm Jewish, Rob Braxman. Oh. And then they talk in Yiddish now. Back. You could say Bob backwards. Yeah, so they say Braxman with a Yiddish accent. Say okay, we got that. Okay, so yeah, if there's somebody with a fake name on the internet and you're using that identity, that's even better. So let's say that you want to set up a new account on YouTube and you called yourself Ron Waxman. That's that's perfect for Ron. You're actually helping Ron by doing that. Except he uses his real name. But if you are not using your, so if anybody wants to create a Rob Braxman this, Rob Braxman that on the internet, it's like zuck you. Just don't take don't hack my existing accounts. Wait a minute. You're not Native American with a Jewish name. I don't want SWAT teams jumping through my window at 3 a.m. Well, if you call your name Osama bin Laden, yes, you might be a problem. Yeah, that might be a problem, Kelp. Even though he's dead, they'll say, no, he's alive. He's over there in Maryland. Works for law enforcement, and his name is Kelp Farming. So if you don't want that, I'm sure I have blood from Alaskan Eskimos, Angel. I'm sure that is correct. I looked at my DNA and they said yes. So we have 33 of you watching on Doxxing YouTube. That's almost equal to the people watching on Periscope. That's awesome. I must recap your videos. Okay, what is the recap? You must thank so much, Rob, for trying to help a bunch of us zuck up. Much appreciation. So from the deep South Pole. So as you can see, the topic can be complicated, and it's one I missed it. Well, Kathy, unfortunately, YouTube will cite copyright if I play any kind of music. So what I did is I put the music on a different channel. It's on my Rob Braxman YouTube channel. And if they demonetize it, it doesn't matter because I have a set aside for music only. Okay? So my other account is for music only, so it will not interfere with the Rob Braxman Tech account. Okay, that's how I did it now. Okay, so Granny, I'm part of a group that has exposed hundreds of sexual predators online. I'm able to find about 50 zucks via entering their phone numbers into Messenger. Okay, Granny, you ought to watch my video on contact list. That's exactly the point. I gave you a story about Telegram. Okay. I signed up on Telegram. That's why those secure apps are zucked up. They will actually just zuck you. I went to an app called Telegram, and it asked for my phone number. And I said, why am I giving this phone number? So that's the only way to sign up is with your phone number. So I signed up on Telegram with my phone number, and then the next day I got a private message. I don't have any contacts on Telegram. I just started it. And I got a private message from my brother. And he said, glad to see you on Telegram. I said, zucked up. I didn't respond to him. I said, that is so zucked up to have my brother find me because I'm on his contact list. So yes, phone numbers are a deadly way to find people in scary social media that's supposed to be secure. Hello, Beth Hoover. How are you doing, my friend? How you doing, Beth? Follow me on Twitter, Beth. I followed you on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it. So for those of you who are not following me on Twitter, I'm Rob Braxman Tech, my new Twitter name. Rob Braxman Tech. Yes, on Telegram. That's why Telegram is zucked up. So to be using identifiers, like phone number into a secure app is zucked up. WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, they all use phone numbers. Braxme does not do that. Because I realize that is kind of deadly. You can be identified with a phone number. Don't you think you can buy a phone number on the internet and find out who the name is attached to that? Easy. Okay, there are many private databases of that even. People who go to every company that enter a name and a phone number, and they store that and sell that information, so that third parties have that. So it doesn't even have to be a centralized database. There's many people that have that. Okay, and the other thing is, it's not really, if you're thinking I need to spend money on a burner phone, no. Burner phone is very limited. Just thank you, Beth. Burner phone has very limited use. Are you following me also on Twitter, on YouTube, guys? Are you following me on YouTube, Beth? Please follow me, subscribe to my account on YouTube right up there, Rob Braxman Tech on YouTube. That's where I have all of my new videos. So please subscribe to my account on YouTube. I hope that my broadcast today was very. Thank you, Beth. I hope that my broadcast today was very helpful in revealing some of the vulnerabilities people have, and really, I'm saddened. I'm saddened by people who come to me and say, well, your privacy advice is too complicated. It's too inconvenient for me. I will not take this extra steps to log in with a VPN, to use browser isolation, because you're asking too much of me. And I'm like saying to myself, you people are really sucked up. I'm not asking that much of you. How much am I asking? It's just a few changes of habits. Okay, if you don't feel like what I'm telling you is important, and you can't make these few changes that I'm saying to your life, then you are sucked up, because I can't help you. Can't help you. You will be sucked for the rest of your life, including everyone that is connected to you, and all your relations for the next few generations will find information connected to their ancestor who was causing problems to social media. Okay, so again, let me repeat, simple advice, and yet people come to me and say, this is really difficult. I can't do this. It's not that hard. Okay, number one, don't use your real name in social media. Okay, Kathy Anderson, don't use your real name in social media. Yeah, Kathy Anderson has different names in YouTube, though. I mean, on Periscope. Okay, but I guess you haven't done it yet on your YouTube. Your YouTube account is still the same. They probably won't let you change your name now. Okay, number two, use a VPN. Yes, we'll take care of that, Kathy. Okay, use a VPN. Oh, I can't use a VPN. It's too expensive. It's like, come on, people. Can I use a free VPN? It's like, suck. Watch my VPN video. Okay. Don't know how? Yeah, you go to Google accounts. Yes, you can change your name on Periscope and keep followers. Yes, Mystic. Yes. You can change. I believe they let you change your name on Periscope once every 30 days or 3 months. I forget. Okay. So number two, use a VPN. Now, there's so many things that I talk about, and all the evils are connected to your IP address, and it can be solved by a simple VPN. And VPNs are not expensive. My VPN is $89 a year, and it comes with Tor. And that works for your entire family. That's one account for entire family. iSocialFit. That works for the entire family. That's advice number two. Okay? It's not much. You set it on your phone, and it's set on your computer, and it's not that complicated to install, and then you're set. So then you just leave that, and you're connected to the VPN, and your IPVanish sucks. IPVanish is one of the worst. Okay, so that's watch my video about why IPVanish, NordVPN, and PIA are very bad choices. Watch my video, okay? And you tell me my video is wrong. Go watch it, iSocialFit. Come back and tell me my video is wrong. I'd like to see your argument, okay? Because if you use any of those big players and then use some of them like Hide My Ass. Hide My Ass VPN actually has logs. Different VPNs are claiming that other VPNs are actually faking their locations, so they're actually, in China. And there have been a lot of fake news about VPNs. Meaning this is the new deal with VPNs, guys. One of the best things that you can do with a VPN is know who supplies the VPN, because know that you can trust the VPN. Because if a company, even a big one, can be mistrusted, and this is not part of my video, this is something that was just in an article just yesterday. If you want to know that you are safe on your VPN, I have an idea for you, which is what's discussed in this article, is if you know who gives you the VPN and know you can trust that person, you are a lot better off. So now you know me. I'm here every day. You can, if there's a problem with a VPN, if it has logs and anything, you can go advertise it here and say, this guy zucked up, his VPN doesn't work, this and that. This is crowd verified here. Yes, of course you trust IPVanish because you trust Zuck, okay? So here, I'm giving you my reputation here as the person to trust. So if you trust me, then you can trust the VPN. If you don't trust me, then you're not going to trust the VPN. So hopefully I'm here to help you and give you tips. And then you say, well, this guy's helping us. So all you have to do is what the heck does that mean? Okay, so anyway, number 3 tip. Again, there are 4 tips. I gave you the first 2. Use your real name. Use a VPN. Number 3 tip, now that we have iSocialFit here, leave Facebook. A lot of the stuff about doxing and all that disappears if you're not on Facebook. Again, do not use your real name on social media, which is actually attached to Facebook because Facebook wants you to use your real name. So the two are connected, okay? Because if you're going to say, do not use your real name on social media, and then you have a Facebook account, then obviously you're not following rule number 1. So rule number 1, how do you install a VPN? I have instructions on my website on how to install a VPN. They're pictures. How to leave Facebook, that's a different broadcast. Okay, so again, number 1, don't use your real name in social media. Use a VPN. Even iSocialFit uses a VPN. Though it's a stupid VPN, but at least he uses a VPN. Number 3, no, you cannot change your name on Facebook. No. You don't use your real name on Facebook. You cannot change your name on Facebook. If you change your name on Facebook, it connects the old name to the new name. It doesn't work. Okay? Okay? Just Google what is my IP. Come on, Tony. That's nonsense. Tony, nonsense. Go watch my video on the top 3 data stolen from you. There's actual code in there to show you what they get. Okay? Not just your zucking IP with your location on the 6 feet. Okay? It's simple. There's pictures, Lane. Go to bytesvpn.com. You can see pictures to install on an iPhone. You download this app. You click on the things called profiles, and you hit share, and that's it. Then you put in the password information and you're done. Okay? The number 4 tip that I gave was, I forgot. Use browser isolation. Use browser isolation. Yeah, if you don't follow what I'm saying here and you let's say you're using a VPN and you don't use browser isolation, they'll zuck you with a browser fingerprint anyway. That's what Facebook will do. So you got to use what I'm talking about. So these 4 will eliminate 90% of the issues. 90% for business owners by setting up a different account when you're doing personal stuff, Mark from Toronto, versus business. So you distinguish that you're hanging around Periscope socially versus doing business. Those are 2 separate accounts. Okay? So on your main business account that you put on social media for your business, because you're an accountant, a CPA, a doctor with your real name on it, don't ever go to social media with those names. You do not connect those names to your social media activities. Okay? The government already tracking you by your license plate. iSocialFit, that is correct. Of course, Facebook also wants to track you by license plate and tattoo. But beyond that, iSocialFit is quite right. In California, they're tracking you with cameras by license plate, and they're being collected and analyzed by Palantir in Silicon Valley. That is correct. And I'm sure Zuck wants to go get a hold of that database too. Okay? Correct? The iSocialFit, I'm sure Zuck wants to get a hold of that database just like he wants to get a hold of your health info. So yes, that's correct. I'm so upset with that camera that's tracking my license plate. I actually know where some of them are, and I go around to that street, and I have to go around in a big circle just to avoid the camera, because I hate being recorded on there. You might say, well, who cares? You know what? It's just invasion of privacy. So I will waste a few minutes going around just so I don't get into that camera. It's like zucked up. Chrome for Brave for Facebook. Well, if you're not on Facebook, then I don't even do that, Angel. I'm not on Facebook, so I only use Firefox and Chrome for the most part. And if I need to do something special, I go to a Tor browser. So the Brave is only because we want to, isolate Facebook. But otherwise, it's easier. It's easier if you're not on Facebook. Half the dangers disappear if you're not using your real name, and you're not on Facebook. Half the dangers disappear. Too bad for iSocialFit, Alex. Alex, that's his name, Alex. Alex is from, too bad Alex is still sucked up on Facebook. I guess he can't get rid of his Facebook account because he's employed by Facebook, so he'll be suckable forever. Why are you so scared of being recorded or tracked by Zuck? Why am I scared of being recorded and tracked by Zuck? Why are you so scared of being recorded or tracked by Zuck? Slunky, I am not being recorded and tracked by Zuck because I am not on Facebook. You are. So, if you're not afraid of it, have fun. I just told you how I dox you because of Facebook, and the guys say, why are you so afraid to be tracked by Zuck? Because guys like me will zucking dox you just from being on Facebook. You avoid the cameras. Slonky, did you zucking watch this video, this broadcast? I mean, that's an awfully stupid question about doxing. I just told you the whole thing about doxing here is I dox you through Facebook. You can't dox me through Facebook because I am not on Facebook. You zucking are on Facebook, so therefore you can be doxed. So why are you so worried about that? Okay, doxing target right there. Doxing target right there. So yeah, don't be worried about it. So we'll make sure to put you on the doxing target list. I tend to clean up comments and such by deleting them at a later time. Is it worth my time? Yeah, you're only on you're only on Instagram, right, Slonky? You're only on Instagram. Well, Instagram is Snapchat. Is Facebook. Why are people scared? I don't understand. Slonky, why are people afraid of being doxxed? I don't understand. Why are people afraid of being scammed? I don't understand. Why are people afraid of people stealing their data and having identity theft? I don't understand. Slonky is so sucked up, I don't know what to say. Slonky is saying, I don't really have anything to hide, so why are we worried about any of this? You're sucked up. Zocked up. This is Slonky here. I'm not really afraid of anything, but I'm not going to be on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. So, but you're telling other people they should stay on Instagram and Facebook. You say, I'm not on Instagram and Facebook. I'm not on Instagram and Facebook because I'm careful about my data. But why are you afraid of Instagram and Facebook? Like, what a sucked up comment. I don't know. I can't help you, Slonky. You're just distracting people here. You know, obviously you're zucked up already. So just go. Your commentary is like, yes, don't see the need, Slonky. Don't see the need. You know, it's like the whole title of this broadcast is I'm doxing you, and it's like I don't see the need for keeping myself safe from doxing. It's like, you know, it's the title of the scope. It's like saying this is a hacking scope. This is about how to hack you. Oh, I don't see the need for protecting myself against hacking. I'm not angry with you, Slonky, but you're kind of wasting my time because you know you know your comments are unfortunately ludicrous. Okay, so you know your comments are ludicrous. So you feel really safe on the internet, don't you? Okay, how old are you, Slonky? How old are you? Are you 15? How old are you? You need to really learn that what you put on the internet never gets erased. Okay? Do I really need to explain that? Whatever you put, you ought to have worries. The fact that you don't have any worries, Slonky, you are zucked up. Okay? It's like saying, well, there's an army of soldiers coming at you from over the hill, and your reaction is, oh, I don't have to worry because they're not here. Oh, but they're over there. They're up. They're coming in from the hill there. You just can't see them because of the hill, but they're over there coming at you. Oh, I don't really care. Do you think you should prepare in case they come at you and attack you? No, I'm not worried about that. Okay, that's Slonky's attitude right now. Okay, I'm telling you the facts. And then Slonky said, well, all these bad guys, do you use credit card? Risk versus convenience? No. What risk? There's no risk with credit cards if you report the fact that there's no risk. Hello, Salvatore. I'm afraid I'll never get a job because of dumb mistakes I made. Well, Slonky doesn't care about that, so he must be very young. Slonky must be very young and doesn't know what the internet risks are. He doesn't know about the story about this person who could not get accepted to this high-paying job as a vice president because they researched her internet activity. And he said, oh, this is what you do. I guess we're not going to hire you. Slonky said, oh, I don't really care about that. I'll never get hired for anything, so I don't really care. It's okay if they don't hire me for anything. It's okay that employers check check my internet activity and my social media because I'm never going to do anything wrong. Okay. Must be a young person. I'm never going to do anything wrong. Slonky is retired. Now that's even. You should have said that at the early on, Slonky. You should have said that early on. Okay. So I'll change my response. Okay. So Slonky, as a retired person, your internet activity connects to everyone you know. So the fact that you're not hiding anything and you expose your real name and everything you do in social media, no wonder you're not in Facebook. Okay. But anything you do on the internet with your real name, fortunately, you are not using your real name, Slonky, so you're actually automatically doing good things. Slonky, you're not using your real name in social media, so you're actually doing the right thing. You're not on Facebook. You're not on Instagram. Okay, the only change I need you to make is stop telling people to say that they have nothing to worry about with Zuck, because that is wrong. You're doing it instinctively, correctly. You're doing the right thing, and you don't even know why. Because what happens is, Slonky, if they can find you, anyone can connect you to family for the rest of your Zucking life and the rest of your grandchildren's life. It's a way of identifying people. It's called doxing. And it's a way to embarrass people by saying, yep, I know who you're connected to. This was you're connected to this person, that person. And that is what the danger is. It's what is called a side channel attack. You do not attack the target. Let's give you an example in politics, Slonky. You will get this, as a retired person, you'll get this. Okay? Let's say I want to attack Trump. I want to attack Trump. Well, let's not use Trump. That's a bad example, because his entire family is in government. Let's use Carter, Jimmy Carter. Okay, you know who Jimmy Carter is, right, Slonky? Of course you do. Okay, so let's say I wanted to make Jimmy Carter lose face. It's very hard to attack Jimmy Carter directly. So you do a side channel attack by attacking somebody close to Jimmy Carter, who has a very stupid life. Fortunately, there was no internet during the time of Jimmy Carter, because if there were, Jimmy Carter would be plastered all over the internet with Billy Carter's picture and Billy Beer, with Billy and his beer. That's all we're going to see on the Zucky internet, Billy with his beer. Lucky for Jimmy Carter, there was no internet back then. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's called the side channel attack. You embarrass somebody, you attack somebody through somebody they know. Okay, and then that person will often know details about the target and then embarrass the target. For example, Billy Carter might go on the internet and say, if this is imagining, Jimmy Carter in today's time. Billy would go on the internet and say, "Oh, I remember when Jimmy was like 5 years old and he peed in his pants and whatever. I remember Jimmy as a teenager and he was like screwing around over here, whatever Billy might say. The point is, the target is the person who has imperfections. No one is perfect. You are all connected to people who are imperfect. You may be a perfect family and you're related to somebody who's not perfect. Somebody was caught with a problem. Somebody went to jail. Somebody, ex-wives, ex-husbands, breakups, this, that. Embarrassing things happen. Embarrassing things that you don't necessarily want to connect to your work. And yet, when you're on the internet, when you say, well, I don't really care about Facebook, whatever goes on Facebook, because Slonky said, we don't really need to care about what's on Facebook. So I'm going to tell you this little story about this couple who got divorced while on Facebook, and then their new partners are now on Facebook. So now Facebook has their new partners, old partners, and then they start attacking each other publicly on Facebook in a platform that can never be deleted. In a platform where everything you say can never be deleted, and all the bad stuff is out there, and say you're screwing around with X and whatever, you're a home breaker, whatever. So that can go on and on and on, and that's all attached to your real name in Facebook. Now let's just theorize a little bit different case here, okay? Let's theorize a different case. Let's say you are on Facebook. Let's say that you are on Facebook. Correction. Let's say, Slonky, that we're not talking about Facebook. Let's talk about a platform where you're not using your real name. Let's talk about a platform where all of your family does not use their real name. This platform is called MySpace, by the way. Okay? Everybody has a handle. You make fake names. Nobody really knows anything about who anyone is because they're just using handles. So if you had this fight on MySpace about ex-wives and so on, no one's going to know what the zuck is going on. They don't know who you're talking about. You see the difference here? In a platform without your real name, it doesn't matter what happens because nobody knows what you're talking about anyway. This is the danger of Facebook because Facebook is your real name. Then you got a guy, Zuck, who's saying, I'm going to steal all your data. Did you know, for example, Slonky, you're not on Facebook, so you don't know this. You don't know this, Slonky, but, I'm going to let you know that, do you know that Facebook, simply being on Facebook means they track every website you visit, even if you're not on Facebook? Did you know that, Slonky? So you're on Facebook, and they say, Facebook just saw that you went to pantiesrus.com. Facebook just saw that you were buying guns from myguns.com. Facebook also knows that you went to porn.com and putting that in their database. Facebook also tracks your credit card purchases. And you say, why do I get an ad for this drink that I just bought for the first time today at Bevmo? And they say, maybe they can see my credit card purchases, and that's how they do the advertising. Yes, they do see that. What about the fact that suddenly Facebook is tracking things like health data? Health data? So they know your blood pressure? They know what diseases you're searching on the internet? Why would you want that? So they know you're looking at some type of cancer and some sort of and you have HIV and you want people to know that? Okay. There are laws to protect against that in theory and on the medical side, but there's nothing to protect that on the search side. And you're saying, I don't really worry about that, Slonky, because, we don't really have any worries about privacy. So, Slonky, in the end, it really goes down to one point. Privacy is not something that is given to you. We do not have privacy because of Facebook and apps like that. It doesn't exist anymore. And we have never had a world without privacy. It's never existed. We don't know the implications of that. I can already imagine the implications of it because it's already used in so many bad ways, including using it for pre-crime, just like the TV show Persons of Interest, just like the movie Minority Report. It basically means that they're using the internet to suppress the Fourth Amendment. So instead of the having the full capability of having the Fourth Amendment work for us, we're actually saying if we allow Zuck to do what he's doing, then we actually we've lost the Fourth Amendment. Because if you're sharing information willingly, then the Fourth Amendment doesn't apply to you. So if you ever need the Fourth Amendment, they're going to say, sorry, you already put your data on the internet. We don't need to ask you anything. We'll just go to the internet. Okay? Right to self-incrimination and all that. Fifth Amendment? Who cares about that? You said stuff on your own Facebook page. You're already zucked. Okay? And Slonky, it's not just because they're trying to sell you stuff. That is actually the least of your problems. Okay, that's the least of your problems. And Slonky, just so you understand, the worst part of this that I haven't talked about is when they start to manipulate votes. Once they identify you to be in a target market for them, they start to hammer you. And guess who they hammer? Not the left, not the right. They hammer the middle. They can influence this country by changing the opinions of the ones in the middle. Okay? So if you can be hammered on social media like that, and they've already done experiments doing this to control the internet and what they see on the internet, what they see on Facebook, This has been an experiment by GCHQ, the NSA equivalent in the United Kingdom. Snowden already revealed that. They do this. Okay? So when they have so much data about you, Slonky, which most of the data came from Facebook. Remember Cambridge Analytica. They were trying to sway votes with Cambridge Analytica. That information came from Facebook. Okay? So if you don't understand that, the danger of what I'm saying, you need to that's the least of your worries. Fox News versus CNN, because they're both zucked up. Please don't dox me on Facebook. I will not dox you, Tinkerballs. Why would I dox you, Tinkerballs? Did you do anything bad to me? I don't go around doxing friends, okay? I'm even telling you how to protect yourself from me doxing you. Very simple tricks. But of course, we already, for those who are customers of mine, I mean, it's not that doesn't apply. We already know who each other is. Okay, if you're already a customer, then I know where you live. You know where my office is. I've never done anything bad to you. Exactly, Tinkerballs. You have nothing to worry about. Buy my VPN then, Tinker. Can you be doxxed on Periscope? No, you're not doxxed on one platform, Slonky. You're doxxed on what you put on the internet, and information you have on Periscope could be used to find you throughout the internet. Okay, so I told you about this app called Scoper Chat that can actually capture every comment you put on here. No, I don't dox any. I'm not in the doxing business of friends. The only people I've ever doxed deserve it because they were bad guys. Okay, bad guys. So you don't have to worry about that. I don't dox any of you. Okay, I never even dox Starlight. Now Starlight tells me his life, so I already know his life. But I don't even dox. I don't even dox Starlight, somebody I've known for forever. I don't know where. He tells me where he lives, but I've never figured out where he lives. It's not been something that I've ever tried to figure out. Okay. Especially when information may leak to the insurance company. She has suit on her Apple Watch always turned on. She was listening. Siri. Did I miss the comment there, Kim? Let me see. I had a client call me one day after I saw her. Word because the comment we had was turned on. She was listening. It's so funny. Yeah, Kim, I had my phone. I was in a restaurant, and I accidentally tapped on the I guess I tapped on the phone, and so Siri started. I didn't know Siri was starting. Okay, then I was talking, and our conversation was put on Siri, and it was on the screen. It's like, fuck. You realize if you're dictating on, I don't know if you know this, but if you dictate on Siri, on Alexa, or any one of those platforms, that data actually went to Apple, to Amazon. It wasn't a conversation you would want our ads targeted to you. But I'm just telling you, if you talk on your phone and it's transcribed in dictation, whatever, you're actually sending that data to Apple, to Google, to Amazon. Okay? So the worst part is Alexa, because you don't have to press a button. On Siri, you have to press a button, so that's why it's more under control. You will avoid 5G. Kathy, I don't know why I should avoid anything, so I have to wait. Lord have mercy, listening as well. If you say, "Hey Siri," I don't have Hey Siri on, Salvatore. That I'd never turn Hey Siri. Hey Siri is always off. You always disable. If any of you use the Hey Siri, you're getting zocked, because basically what you're saying is being sent to being sent to Apple. Okay, so so Slonky, just in general, just to finish this off for Slonky. Yes, that's an option settings. Just to finish it off, Slonky. When somebody is privy to your private conversations, that's a very bad effect. It depends on what they want to do, with you. For example, if somebody wants to manipulate you with fake news, then they can do so if they know what you're thinking, what your beliefs are, what your thoughts are, what your buying preferences are, how much money you have, how much money you don't have, what church you go to, if you're sick, if you're ill, if you are related to people who are sick or ill, if you're related to people who are rich or poor, if you're religious, not religious, what religion, if do you go to church on Sundays, do you go to your synagogue on Fridays, on and on and on. So all of this are known, and this behavior is being tracked, and based on that, you can be influenced, and that's a new way that you're going to be attacked in this, this generation. It's by information weaponizing. This is why, when people say, I don't really care about this data, I don't see why this is important. It's like, please people, if you don't know what the data is being used for, and you think this is like a little game, it's not that important. I'm telling you right now, it's a very serious fact, because if somebody's spending billions to track your data, Slonky, they're spending billions capturing your data. Why the Zuck would they waste billions on you? Why? Because they expect trillions in return. People don't capture data for no reason. They want it for a purpose. They're not trying to profile every single living thing and all of your behaviors just for fun. I mean, it's worth it to somebody, so you have to wonder to yourself, what are they looking for? Instead of saying, well, we're not going to worry about that. No. Stop thinking like that. You say, look at the behavior of the people around you. Why is this big company called Palantir valued at $60 billion? Okay. Why are they tracking all these resources? Why are they taking all the data from the traffic lights, from the cameras in Los Angeles, which track every single license plate moving through the city? Meaning they know exactly where I'm going, because the street cameras know they've seen my car. And that's being recorded and sent to Palantir in connection in addition to everything they spot on Facebook and all social media. And why is that? Okay, so if you say, I'm not going to go question it because, all they're going to use it for is to sell me something, well, you're in New York. You don't care about driving, tinker. So if you're, but their cameras seeing your face. You're already facially recognized in New York. They don't do cars. They do your face. So if you understand what I'm saying, then you say, whoa. If somebody's spending billions and billions and billions, and I'm telling you, many, many companies are spending these billions collecting your data, billions, you should be afraid. Because why are they doing that? So the data that you think is not important is apparently extremely important to somebody. So it's only guys like me telling you to worry, because there's some guys out there that think this is really important data. And how they win is by an attitude where people say, you can stop it by denying them the data, Slonky. You can stop it by saying this guy makes sense, and we can stop it by saying let's implement privacy rules so they don't have as much data as they get now. And I'm losing the battle when somebody comes to me and says, I got nothing to hide. This is not that important. I got nothing to hide. That's what makes these companies win. The Palantir Technologies, the Jigsaws, and all the other companies. There are apparently other companies doing this, not just those two. Unfortunately, Starlight, how do I make a video on how to delete Facebook unless I'm on Facebook? I don't even have a Facebook account anymore. It's difficult to do a video. Where's that Siri setting? I don't know. On under Siri. I don't know. I don't. They keep changing where it is. New book about age of surveillance capitalism. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that book. It was referred by Bruce Schneier. Yes, surveillance capitalism, which is about how they make money off your data. Yeah, I remember that book now. It was discussed by Bruce Schneier on his blog. Okay, discussed by Bruce Schneier. Yeah, some of the Starlight. That's what the sock, Duty Ron. Duty Ron is so successful on YouTube. I mean, he puts me to shame. I feel like a loser next to Duty Ron. Duty Ron gets a lot of views, a lot of traffic on YouTube, and I fucking only have people from Periscope. The only people that watch me are from Periscope. I don't have organic views from YouTube at all. It's really hard to do this, Duty Ron. Really hard. Because I haven't gotten the YouTube benefit yet. You have, I have not. So that's why it's so, it's kind of depressing. I have to tell you. It's depressing. Like, I feel like I'm not making progress here. And also, I'm only halfway through my watch hours. I'm only at 2,000 hours. Now, obviously, I just started, but I still have a long ways to go. So, and you're already there. So you're like, I don't know how long you've had a YouTube account. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Kat, for the super heart. Thank you so much. So don't get out. I have an advantage because of my past career. Don't get caught up. I have an advantage because I know Duty Ron. Yeah, because you can spot some New Yorkers. Yeah, still, it's depressing because it's like, it's depressing still. It's still depressing, Duty Ron, because it's not easy to do this. Okay, not easy. And I'm making videos. You're not doing videos, you're doing live. Yes, Duty Ron, you've been on 2 months, and you've been longer than me. And you've already achieved everything in 2 months, and I haven't. I'm only halfway. So yeah, Duty Ron did very, very well on YouTube, very, very well. So mine is a bit of a struggle. So anyway, I'm making videos. I'm making videos several times a week, and it's tough. It's tough. I stink at YouTube. Free to laugh now. I see your VIP. Let me follow you. Chris. Hello, Chris. How are you doing, man? Okay, yeah, there. Followed you on Periscope. I won't let you ever give up. So it's just depressing, it's hard to even get. It's even hard to get subscribers on my YouTube account now. Everyone that subscribed in San Francisco, great, free to laugh. I'll check out your Periscope later. I'll check you out later on. So if you would, guys, those who have not yet done so, please subscribe to my YouTube account, Rob Braxman Tech, and because I have many, many videos there that you will see if you subscribe to me, and it talks about some of the stuff I reference now. What I try to do now is not repeat my topic. If I'm going to talk about something, I'm just going to refer to the video so that I don't have to interrupt the broadcast, and we can keep the broadcast on topic. And so please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get that information. It's in 2 weeks, 2 weeks time, I'm only at, I got to 1,000 2 weeks ago, and I've only got 91 since then. I mean, it's so many people unsubscribe. I think I have like 45 unsubscribes. It's like sucked up. And then YouTube also has been removing, I would say 100 of them for I think it's thinking that you're on VPNs, and it starts. He already has 4K. He only had 2K like a few days ago. Wow, very very impressive. Yeah. So he got into a group of things with law enforcement. So he got into a new community. I don't have a community to go to like that. So I need to learn how to do that. But there's no community I can go to. Thank you, Free to Laugh Now. I see that. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you. So please subscribe to my channel there, and you'll get some of the other videos that I have. And I'll check you out later. Free to Laugh says 4-1. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. He was only at so he just got 1,000 like some weeks ago, and then it shot up to 1,700 almost immediately because he did some law enforcement thing, and then he's getting a lot of views now. Yeah, very very impressive. Because he's kind of like reviewing news. Because because of being in police. So yeah, I'm not in that kind of general category, so my stuff is so narrow. So it's a little harder for me. So anyway, it is what it is. People like crime. Yeah, my stuff is very hard to do. Very narrow market, very specialized. Most people don't really care about privacy. So if they start caring about privacy, I'll be up there immediately. I could just, if the news just talks about internet privacy, I'll just jump up in popularity overnight. No, I was not beverage free tonight, Nano. No, I was not. I had a beer. I did have a beer. I admit it. I've had a beer every day since Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yes, 3 days of having alcoholic beverages. So no more. Time to stop now. That's it. Okay, guys. So anyway, thank you for watching me tonight. And yes, the squash really helped. I actually got some new people. I'm passing your information. All that will. Thank you, Sniper. For some of you, again, I want to repeat this. I have a Patreon account. I have a very lonely battle fighting this on my own, with my own funds, trying to do these broadcasts and trying to do the videos and trying to be a content creator, explaining privacy to all. And if you feel like you want to support the Brax Army to do this and to support Rob Braxman in doing this battle, please consider being a patron on my Patreon account. And for example, the top benefit there for the highest paying patron will be to have me as your cybersecurity consultant. You can ask me anything about every move you make. So I can be your private consultant. That's the highest level on Patreon. Okay, so that could be important to some people. That could be important to some people. That's a lot of value if you say, well, I can call on Rob here, before I make that decision. Should I do that or not? The first, no, it doesn't include Bytes VPN, it includes Bytes Store. I can track from Flat Earth Community. Yeah, all two of them. All two of them from the Flat Earth Community. Yes, that's very sad. They had a convention. The last convention of the Flat Earth Community. I think 2 people showed up. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. I'll be watching you. Yep. Byte Store. Yeah, you get Byte Store, not Bytes VPN. Bytes VPN you got to pay for, but Byte Store is given to you if you are a. So basically, if you do the first level Patreon, you're actually same as buying Byte Store. So not a bad deal. Brax me on the App Store and Google Play. Thank you, Starlight. Okay, so I appreciate it, guys. It's been a good topic, and now I got to switch gear Yes, Byte Store can be purchased separately for those who don't want to spend. Because if you already have a VPN, let's say you're on PIA, Angel, you're already in PIA, and you want to have portable Tor, but you're already paying for PIA. So how do you do that? Well, you can just buy Byte Store by itself. So basically, it's like half price. So you instead of I got to see your beer, I have to see you, Rob. Beer is bad. Okay, Tinker, I will remember that, and I will stop drinking beer. Just for you, Tinker, I will stop drinking beer just for you. As long as you say so, we shall do that. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Slow show went fast tonight. See, yeah, I'm not stop talking here. I'm still on PI till December. Yes, but now you can get Byte Store, Angel. You can get Byte Store without waiting for PIA. So you can continue to use PIA, get Byte Store, get the Byte Store benefit. Okay? So see you later, guys. Good night. Good night, my friends. I better remove this. Let me remove the squash for the good night. Okay? Because then it shows up in the thing. Okay. Bye-bye.